to a Thursday free training. It's been a few weeks. If you guys notice my stories, I've got a little bandage here today. This will be my pointer. I'll be presenting to you on this new Vibe board. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, it's been a couple crazy weeks. Drove down to Mexico with a group of 36 team members, clients, friends, and family. Built 2 homes in Mexico. To make a long story short, a small cut on my hand got infected while I was down there. Should have been taking better care of it. Had to get surgery last Monday night, and they opened up my finger and found out that was really infected with staph MRSA. So now I'm on antibiotics for about 4 weeks with some physical therapy, but we're going to be okay. So thank you guys for all those who reached out to wish me well and everything. I'm just grateful that I could keep my finger in my hand. So today, what are we here for? I want to talk about my 5-step framework to help you achieve your dream goals and what I'm doing to continue this. I have been at a end of a road here. 4.5 years ago, when I first started this journey online full time, I had 5 major goals, right? And we're coming up on achieving that 5th one. I'm hoping, I don't know for sure yet, but I've got my fingers crossed. But someone asked me, like, what's next? Like, what are your next goals? How are you setting your new aims? Also, how did you achieve those things? You know, some people were like, you did that in 4 years. And in the back of my mind, we're always hard on ourselves, right? I'm like, man, it took me 4 years to figure this thing out. But honestly, some of these goals I never thought would ever happen in my life. The first one being paying off my student loan debt. You know, I was supposed to be paying that loan until my 50s, literally. I'd be 50 years old if I stuck to the plan they had. So it's just incredible. I'm super proud of not only myself, but my team and my audience. You guys are the real hero. And I love seeing that you guys support me in this. I couldn't do it without you. So what I want to do today is present to you just something that came to me yesterday. I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today until I was on a podcast. You guys will see what podcast that is. Really exciting. I won't talk about it yet. It'll be a surprise coming out in the next few weeks. And the amazing host who asked me a question said, do you do anything to achieve your goals? Like, do you surround yourself by your goals? Like, what do you do? What's your process look like? And I said, it's funny you asked. And I showed her the background on my phone. I showed her the background on my screen. I showed her a couple of boards down here. I'm going to show you guys today. And I literally immerse myself in them. And I know that there's something there. And as simple as it seems, some people call it woo-woo or whatever you want to do. Like, I know it works. I know it works. And I'm going to show you not only how it's worked for me to achieve these 5 major goals I've had in the past few years, but how I've now recalibrated, because I think the worst thing we could do is get somewhere and not recalibrate where we're going next. So I want to show you some 2 to 5 year goals and some 5 to 10 year goals that I have for my future vision. And I invite all of you to really kind of implement the simple 5 steps I'm going to teach you today. We could do it today. We could literally start today. Anyway, let me get into my slide presentation. I'm going to have to move this mic around a little bit. And if you're live on Zoom, by the way, we've got an audience here watching live on Facebook, YouTube, other places. But if you're on Zoom or you want to be on Zoom, there's a link around this video. Make sure you come and join us. And I see Scott King. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. We got Deb, Sean, Elizabeth, Lorenzo, Yasmin. I know there's a few more of you here. I can't quite see all your names. But if you guys have any questions, and also if you want me to like zoom in on a slide, like I know this is a little different presenting it this way, just I'm looking at the chat, say, show us that slide, or just like zoom in, type something like that, and I'll show you what I'll do. I'll just zoom into the actual slide. Technology, wagwam. And I also have this cool view, which I probably won't use much. But anyway, let's get into it. 5-step framework to achieve your dream goals and how I'm going to continue this to where I'm going next. All right. So my goal, I always have a goal for you guys on these weekly trainings, is to discover the 5 simple steps to achieve your dream goals in record time and what you can start doing today to really collapse time. So what we're going to cover is the 5 major goals I thought I'd never achieve and how I made them happen. And what I originally thought a long time, but now I'm looking back, I'm like, that was record timing. That was pretty cool. I'm going to talk about my 2 to 5 year goals and my plan of focus and help you map out your own plan of focus, and my vision for 5 to 10 year goals and what I'm doing today to start that process. And then the 5-step framework, the simple 5-step framework I'm going to talk with you guys today to achieve your dream and really eliminate the overwhelm. Like, who here is like watching you feel so busy today? Well, thank you for taking the time to be here to watch this, or if you're watching the replay. I know it could be like to feel very busy and behind and overwhelmed. And the truth is, when you really do these 5 things today, like, you're going to know what's important to you, and everything else could go. And it's interesting because a lot of us get so caught up in the business and money and revenue. And it's like, why do we want the business and revenue and money? Well, usually it's to get better shape and be well, right? Why do we want that? Well, we want to live longer, to experience this life and be around the people we love and give back. So in reality, what it's really for is relationships, right? Relationship building, connection, community. And I want to help all of you hopefully realize, and a lot of you that are here, I know you know this already, but a lot of people get caught up on the other side of things and then it gets too late. So really start thinking about your core values and what you want and why, and build this vision. And if it doesn't align, then you could eliminate the majority of the stuff we end up doing to ourselves to hold us back from our dreams, right? And I'm going to just talk about some quick action steps later on today and how to start executing immediately. And then we'll have a live Q&A for those of you guys that are live on Zoom. Feel free to hang out for a little bit later. And I know I share this story every week, but we always have new faces joining us, which is so cool. But a few years back, I was a restaurant server and bartender, had $114,000 student loan debt, dropped out of college, couldn't get a cosigner for my senior year student loans. I was overwhelmed by, again, being busy, and I felt behind on all the desires I wanted. Self-care was out the window, and I lacked connection, right? Family and friends just stopped calling me because they're like, oh, Doug's going to be working. Of course he's working. And, those calls stopped coming in and going out, being quite frankly, and it was a two-way street here. But it was a really tough situation for me. And I knew I had to change. So I made a commitment to myself. This was around October 2018, November 30th, 2018 was my last day of that, when you saw me clocking out in that last slide. But I made the goal, right? 5 big goals I had. Number 1, pay off my $114,000 student loan debt. Number 2, I really wanted to earn the ClickFunnels Dream Car Award, right? By referring 100 users to ClickFunnels. I didn't have my own offers back then. I was just promoting ClickFunnels. You could kind of see the glimpse of that up there in that corner where they pay for my car now. And it was just a great passive income stream with a company I love. Past $1 million in revenue to earn the 2 Comma Club Award, join Russell's Inner Circle, and speak on stage at Funnel Hacking Live 2023. Now, 4 of the 5 of these have come true already. The 5th one, we don't know yet. We don't know, but I'm hoping to find out this week or in the next few weeks. If you guys don't know, I was a finalist because you guys voted for me to be one of the final speakers. And I think there's about 8 of us that are waiting to be selected. But either way, I'm going to keep going for that goal, and I'll show you how I'm going for that goal if I don't achieve it this year. And either way, I want to look at what's in the future. How do I go after the next set of goals? Like, what does it look like, right? Right. So I honored that commitment, right? March 2019, Dream Car. So I went full-time online in January. So within about 2 months, 66 days to be exact, got that Dream Car Award, 100 referrals to ClickFunnels, passive income stream. It was pretty cool to know that I had that revenue coming in month after month passively. May 2019, I presented my grandmother, who you see there, we call her Nani, and my mother. It was my mother and my Nani, both my co-signers for my student loan. Man, I brought them through the ringer with that one. Not only messed up my credit, but theirs too. But anyway, I paid all that off by May 2019, a 6-figure student loan debt paid off, which was like one of the best days ever. June 2021. So it took me a little while, right? A little while to go up to that $1 million revenue mark. There's a lot of things going on, moving across the country, relocating, getting the right rooms, things like that. But June 2021, I made my first $1 million online. October 2021, joined Russell's Inner Circle. And you'll see September 2023 question marks. We don't know yet, but I would love to find out this week. But thank you guys if you guys did vote for me. I'm looking forward to the announcement to see who it is. And I'm happy for anyone that it is. And I'll keep going for it if it's not me. By the way, who's going to be at Funnel Hacking Live? FHL in the comments below. I'd love to see who's coming. If you're in my community, I'm doing something really cool for all of you. I won't talk about it yet. And especially if you voted, you're going to have a seat at the table. It's going to be pretty cool. All All right. So then I took the leap, right? I want to help you guys take the leap. I know a lot of you have, a lot of you guys are full-time. A lot of you guys are going after these big dreams, but I know what it's like to get caught up in the busy and the behind feeling. And we can't allow that to live around our space anymore. So, this is really where we're at right now. And somebody on the podcast, you guys will see the podcast coming out soon, asked me some great questions that really got me thinking. And I just immediately took it to action to teach you guys, not even teach, but just show you what's going through my mind. Like I just literally had this, writing session in my notes last night and said, I got to go talk to my people. And here's what it looks like. The 5 steps. You want them, you guys, they're so easy, simple. I won't say easy. They're simple. You got to believe in it. It's number 1 is getting clear on your values and build a business around them. The reason why I had 30 failed business ideas from like 2012 to 2018, literally over 30 failed online business ideas, was because I didn't really have the values. Like my value is money. I need money to pay off my student loans. I need to get rich and all that. It was just like, I didn't know what I didn't know. And it wasn't until I got really clear on the values and decided that I found a company I could align to. Because when I was new, I didn't really think I had the skill sets to go teach anything or do anything special. So as you guys know, I started in affiliate marketing for ClickFunnels, hit the Dream Car Award, just kind of stayed on pace and said, what's next? What's next? What's going to show up for me? But it was because I got clear on values. I'm going to break all 5 of these down for you guys in a little bit more here in a moment, but just getting clear on your values. Who here knows their values? Like, what's your top value? Drop it in the comments below. If you guys don't know, this book is amazing. The Values Factor by Dr. John DeMartini. I didn't read the whole thing, I'll be honest, because there's a lot of chapters in here. Some are like how to get clear on your children's values and your spouse's values. And, I'm not quite there yet, but I did look at the first 4 chapters, which were really powerful to help me with my own values. But I keep it right there because it's just such a good reference and I'm always referring back to it. So now build the vision and immerse yourself. You guys, I want to show you guys something. I've never shown anyone this before, except for the podcast host. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. You guys will see this episode come out soon. But they asked me if I do anything to immerse myself around my goals. And I said, wait right here. I'll be right back. And I grabbed this and showed her that about 3 years ago, I think I wrote this up. I drew the 2 Comma Club Award. I don't know if you guys could see this. The 2 Comma Club Award. And I put that on my wall, and that was my placeholder until I got the real deal. And I looked at it every day. It's not just about visualizing. For me, it was feeling as if I already had it. Like, what does that feel like? And really tapping into that gratitude. And I think you have to immerse yourself around your goals. Like, does anybody else have that? Anyone else do that? I know ClickFunnels does send out these boxes now with the cutout. Put that on the wall. Look at that, feel it, feel as if it's already been happening for you. And if you look at the background of my phone, the background of my phone is my goals. The background of my computer is me on stage at Funnel Hacking Live. I've been changing the date on this since 2019. So every year it's a new, updated Funnel Hacking Live background. It's me photoshopped. I'm looking at it right over here on stage. And I will always have that until that dream becomes a reality. And then lastly, anyone here makes vision boards? I think it's a cool exercise. All right. So I made this one 2 years ago, and I'm just going to show you a lot of this is coming to fruition. And again, it's not one of those things I just hang up and forget about. I look at it pretty much daily and not even just look at it, but step into it and see some of the things on here that, get my credit back up and traveling free on point, my points. I could never do that before. The house builds we're doing, the traveling I'm doing, the friendships I'm making. You'll see that same background down here again. The home, I just got a home in California. I didn't think it would happen this quickly. Get into shape, getting which I don't quite have the 6-pack, but I've made a lot of progress. But you know what I mean? So I think it's cool to have these things and immerse yourself around the vision. And then number 3 is what is it costing you by not acting now? I think some days are tough. Some days get really tough in the entrepreneur space. And for me, I'll show you, it's behind my vibe board here. I don't know if I could reach around and grab it, but I have two pieces of paper. One is my vision written out. I update it every 6 months, 3 to 6 months. And one's my cost of inaction. And I know what it's costing me by not doing this. And on the tough days, I'll pull those things out of that cubby back there and I'll read them. And typically, I'd say 9 out of 10 times is enough to get me going right away. Right? It's nothing's ever perfect. Some days are just harder than others. And I'll say, you know what, I'll get back at it with a clear mind. But it really reminds me of what I'm going, where I'm going, and why. And then also to recognize and celebrate your accomplishments. I'm going to show you guys a slide here in a moment that like was kind of painful, like hard for me to think of. Like I asked some of my clients or my audience members sometimes like, hey, what are your big wins? And people are like scratching their head. You know we have wins, but it's like high achievers. It's hard for us to really just recognize them and celebrate them. So I think it's super important. I have a blank wall behind where I'm looking right now that I'm kind of revamping some things around here that I'm going to print out all these cool pictures and the things I've done and just start having them up there. Because on those tough days, like look up and like, I've been here before, I've done this, I could keep going, I could keep doing it. And again, it kind of reminds you, like surround yourself around your vision, surround yourself by the things you've done that give you confidence, and really just celebrate yourself and know where you're going next. But it all takes a plan of focus. And when I think about the vehicle, right, we all are online business owners for the most part. If you're watching this, we need a vehicle to get us to the I won't even say the destination, but like the milestone that you're looking to achieve, right? And then you go on to the next one. And I want to share with you guys what that vehicle is for me. And if you have an online business and you want an easier way to not feel so busy and behind schedule and all these things, I'm just so grateful to the business I've been able to design, create by design. Like I didn't want to have a business where I'm on sales calls all the time. And I didn't want to have a sales team to manage a big team. Every day I got to get on and talk to the sales team. And we've been able to stay very lean on this path to our next goal. And I want to share that with you because I know when I think about my last several weeks, right? So I did a 5-day challenge about 3 weeks ago. I'm doing another one next week. The weeks in between these challenges, I get to really do some cool stuff. Like last month, I was in ClickFunnels headquarters hanging out with Russell Brunson, Dan Kennedy, with a very small group of people. That next week, I was with Grant Cardone at his house in Miami with a small group of people. From there, I was down in Mexico doing a house build, our first sponsored house build. And I came home that weekend and did a 5-day challenge on Monday. Like that would not exist 2 years ago when I started doing challenges. There's no way I could have had that flexibility. I was in it. But because of the things we put into place and what I help my clients with, and those of you watching, I want to show you next week how I could help you build an enrollment system for your business that feels aligned, that feels good, and how to really map this out. So real quick, before we do that, I want to show you guys what I'm doing with the 5 steps to achieve these goals, right? I had to start thinking about this, and these aren't final, but these are some ideas. So I'm coming up on these final goals and I'm like, what is next? Well, I definitely want to do more. Like, how do I design a business that what lights me up now? It's like in-person events. I love it. So I'm going to host my own annual retreats. We're going to have retreats around the country and around the world. And we're going to have a great mastermind of business minds and clients of mine that are at that next level and want to join us and just really implement quickly, get around people, because I know what changed my life was getting in the right rooms with the right people. Next steps for getting married and starting a family, right? I thought I'd be a dad decades ago. Like my whole family had kids before they were 20, like 6 generations. And I'm over here like, man, what happened here? But I know times are different these days. But I'm excited about that one. $100,000 YouTube subscribers. That one's not speaking to me too much. I got to figure out why do I want that one. But I think it would be cool to, as someone who kind of hid on social media for years, like I hid my Facebook group for the first 3 years and then just started recently going live on different platforms. It was a big step for me. And I felt like my comfort zone was keeping me hidden in the Facebook group. So I think that's something I could do, is just to reach more people, share our mission and what we're doing. The 2CCX award, own property, but these are what really excite me are the 5 to 10 year goals, right? Having an office space with a staff in person. Like I love the remote stuff right now, but I don't know about you guys, but I've worked for corporate. I've done a lot of things, restaurant work, sales jobs, and I've had good experiences, but never like a great mentor, never like a leader in a company to show me what I could be. And I feel like I've always wanted to be that for others. And I think getting an office space with people there, with the studio, really just building a culture is something I really value, and I want to have that. That's one of my big goals in the next 5 to 10 years. Build 100 homes and donate $1 million. So it would cost about $1 million to donate 100 homes down in Baja, California, Mexico. I've done a handful of these already. We've sponsored 3 so far in the last 45 days, and we have another one coming in October. And it's just something like that's a bigger aim. It's not just like, oh, $10 million award or the next award. And of course, that's a goal, but like this is an aim that's like gives so much more, right? Because I'm sure, the Two Comma Club Award, it's amazing when you get it. It's cool. You get there and you're like, okay, what's next? Oh, well, I guess I gotta go for the $10 million one now, right? But like imagine like we've the first time I went and donated a home and built a home for a family in need, these kids were on dirt floors. A lot of them don't make it past the age of 5. And you see the family light up because it's like literally their dream to have insulated walls and a roof above their head that's heated with solar and water. It's unbelievable. And now I'm being called to this. And if you're, some of you guys are watching, we're at our last build. Let me know if you were there. We had some amazing, amazing people there to help us. But that's really what I'm looking to do. And I realize the more I give back, the more I'm fulfilled. And, it reminds me of a conversation I had with Dave Woodward about 4 years ago when I started this. He really taught me faith and, seeing what him and Russell have done, and, Dave's legacy that he'll leave on is like to give back. And he taught me about the word tithe, and it's 10%, giving 10% to a cause you care about, and it comes back to you tenfold. And I just think he's one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life. And I know that the Two Hearts Award is now the Dave Woodward Award, and it's something I really would love to achieve by donating $1 million. And I think that cause is like something that's more than just our business goals, right? And the people will impact, and the people that have come on these builds, that will join these builds, and the ripple effect it will have. We've already had 3 people from the last one already sponsor builds for 3 new families. We've had, I think, at least 4 or 5 people sponsor the kids to go to school to end that generational poverty, so they could have homes of their own and not go back to the fields to work for $8 a day. So it's just really cool to see what's happening. And I just love people that are supporting and being a part of that. $10 million in assets and investments. I think that the monetary goals are becoming less and less. I mean, it's more about what would I do with those assets and investments, right? Maybe it's owning property in communities and creating community. But really, I want to help my team as well. Like the team that helped me get to where I am and where we're going next. Like I told my core team, like, there's no reason in 10 years we can't all be net worth over $1 million. And I want them to be part of that. And I know that with that revenue, we could do a lot more. And who knows what it will look like. Things change. But I think a lot of people focus on the year goal, right? I want to hit the $1 million in a year, and it doesn't happen. And you get frustrated, or, I want to speak at FHL. And this will be year 4 or 5 if I don't get it, that I've been going after this goal, and I'm okay with that. In the past, I'm like, oh, why didn't it happen? Right? Why isn't this goal? Why didn't I hit $1 million in a year? But when I look back, you guys have heard the quote, like, it's like what, and someone help me out here if you know exactly, because I always butcher these quotes, but you could do more in 5 years than you could have imagined. Like you think about what you could do in a year versus what actually happened in 5 years, you could do a lot more. And I think about what I thought I'd do in a year, but what actually happened in 5 years, or coming on 4 or 5 years now, has been way more than I could have ever imagined. So I think it's like thinking about the future, thinking about going the distance and knowing and accepting that it could take that long. Because if you think about it, like if I went back to 2019 right now, and I thought about the previous 5 years and what I had done, it wasn't very good. Like wasn't very anything I could be proud of. So like thinking about where you're at right now, it's like think about your last 5 years. Like what have you done? You have accomplishments. I know I do have accomplishments before 2019, but it was harder to see back then. But imagine in 4 or 5 years, everything could be completely different. Would you be willing to put in the 5 steps and take it one step at a time? Know your vision, know your cost of inaction, know your core values, and work diligently to achieve it? Of course you would, right? Because I think it's going to help you really look at the thing that's helping you most. And if it's not related or in vision with what you're trying to build, it could go away, which is like half our to-do list. Right? So clear on values. Number one, let's break these down real quick and we'll wrap up. But number one, clear on your values. And this is what happened for me when I went from 30 failed online businesses to creating a great passive income stream within 66 days of being full-time online, like 2 months. It was looking for a product because I didn't have my own products or services that was real. I needed that real product. For me, had to be relatable to my story, my past, my experiences. It had to have earning potential. It had to be aligned. I wanted to find a company and a program or a product that was aligned. I was aligned to their mission and their vision. And it was going to be around a long time. A lot of the reasons why those 30 things failed for me in the first few years of part-time online was they were gone overnight. They were here one day and gone the next. And when I found ClickFunnels, they had this. They had the relatability. I could have amazing earn potential plus the dream car. I mean, that's awesome. I was aligned to their mission, especially Russell, what he's doing with Liberate and Educate, and longevity. They're here for the long haul. So these are some of the values that I looked for, and I want to help you discover of your own. And is it community? Is it connection? Is it family? Like everyone wants the money. Why? Keep asking yourself why. Find out what that core value is. For me, is to experience this life with people I love. So why not design the business there? Like, why don't I just say, hey, I'm going to do amazing events and retreats around the world, and I'm going to bring the best people that I love hanging out with, and I can make a business around that, right? So like, let's design a business around the core values, get clear on those values. Number two, know your vision. I'm just going to pull out and show you guys here. Just so for those of you guys who don't think it's true, you guys see, I fill this thing up. Like I have this whole paper filled out. That's my vision. That's my cost of inaction. I'm probably due to update these though. I pull them out on the tough days to look at, what is my future looking like? I obviously have images and things, but it's also good to recite it to yourself. So know your vision. I have all of our clients do this when they first join our program. I have our people in our workshop that we run every month do this exercise. Next is cost of inaction. What is it going to cost me if I don't achieve that vision, right? Who's it costing you, your family, your loved ones, your clients, your future clients, your audience? That's powerful because it's not just you now, right? Cost of inaction. Number 4 is recognize your accomplishments, right? Celebrate those wins. Like I obviously had these 5 major goals, working on the 5th one. I'll still keep working, going for it, even if it doesn't happen. But some cool things that happened because just by default was I moved from Connecticut to San Diego. That was pretty wild. Never thought I'd live across the country, but I had to change my environment to get around people that were doing the things that I wanted to achieve, right? Get in the right rooms, get in the right weather. That was big for me. Met my life partner, Kelsey. Got LASIK, Invisalign, fixed my credit, and now travel on points. House in San Diego with the studio and a home gym now. I'm loving that. Well, I got to wait to use it because the day I got installed, this whole thing happened. Kind of crazy, right? Universe was like, you need to rest. Worked out every day for a year straight. And I said, if I do that, I'm going to get myself a home gym. So that just happened. Number 3 on the ClickFunnels 2.0 leaderboard, top 10 in the Grant Cardone Unbreakable launch. These were some things I didn't think were possible. Sponsored and built 3 homes in Mexico for families in need. Now we got 97 to go. We've already got the ball rolling on our 100 homes that we want to do. But not only just write these things down for yourself, but get the images. So I'm going to be printing out a lot of different images, wall mural going up on those days where I'm feeling like just, I'm going to look up, read the cost of inaction, read the vision, and really just get after it. Right? It doesn't have to be slaving away all day long. like 1-2 hours of just dedicated work, purpose-driven work. This is what can help. This is what can help you. But it's really about having a plan of action. So here's what I saw. 2019, I was chipping away at the goals. I was all over the place. I was building a ton of products promoting a lot of products and building out a ton of products. Wasn't sure what was next for me. And I just had to look at like what was working, right? What's working right now? And here's what was working. I looked at my Stripe, I looked at the data. So it took me about 2 years. 2019 to 2021, it took me about 2 years to earn around what you see here, $438,000. And I knew by September 2021, so like 7 months away from this date right here, I want to be on stage at Funnel Hacking Live. I needed $600,000 in revenue to come in to make it happen. So what took me 2 years, I had to collapse time down to 6 months. And this is how I collapsed the time, how I achieved the goal. And what I do more so than not now is to look at the data. And I realized on these big spike months, that's when I was doing a 5-day challenge. And it was like once a quarter. I'm like, how do we start doing these every single month? Like, what would it look like for me to do a 5-day challenge on a monthly basis live? And we looked at, well, we need get onboarding and fulfillment dialed in, right? We need marketing to make sure that we're putting people into the seats of this event every month. And now we've been doing it consistently, 34 live events we've done. I would say about 20 of them have been back to back. We might take a month off here and there for different things, but we've done the last 8 months in a row live. And that's what it resulted in. By June 2021, so March, April, May, June, about 4 months. It took me 4 months to make $600,000 from running an event every single month, a live 5-day challenge. No sales calls, one-to-many invitation to the right people in the right room. And we got on stage in September 2021 for the 2 Comma Club Award. And it's just cool to see like the actions that I put in place by really just simplifying things. What's not working, let's get rid of it. What's working, let's double down. And now I've been on stages and things like that. And I love showing people that really simplicity is the way. My business got really complicated at one point, and I want it simple. I want to be carefree. I want to make an impact, but I don't want to do it at the sacrifice of my health, wellness, and relationships, right? Hopefully like all of you too, same thing. You don't want to have that. So I want to show you guys a couple of things real quick to invite you in. Like, who here has done virtual events and you're making offers one-to-many, and maybe you're doing the sales call thing. Maybe you love that. Maybe you enjoy that. But I know I can't build a business being on sales calls all day. And I can't truthfully know what's being done on these sales calls if it's somebody else. I know people hire a big sales team, but Russell and Dan Kennedy, I talked to them in person. I talked to Grant. They didn't have sales teams until they were already doing multiple 7 and 8 figures. They did it the one-to-many way. So I always look at what did they do? How do I do that too? But this is the results. I'm going to zoom in on this for you guys. So you guys, this slide a little better. 34 live virtual events since 2019, just under $3 million in revenue, 474 clients that we've worked with, ranging from products from $1,000 to $30,000. We've done 14 free challenges, 20 paid challenges. And I wanted to show you guys this because in my mind, when I first started, all the programs I invested in, like, you need a sales team. You got to get on sales calls, cold DMs, get them on the call, book calls, get on the calls and close, right? You see a lot of people doing this. And I thought like, well, I see people making offers one-to-many in virtual events, webinars, 3-day events, 5-day set, all these things. I tested them all. 5 days seems to be, for me and my audience, like what really works to help people get massive momentum and great results. And the reason why most people are afraid to go do a 5-day challenge is because they feel like it's going to take more work. But this graph is going to show you in reality, you have a valley of disappointment. This is the valley right down here. Look at that valley. That's the work it does. You got to put into to build the challenge out. It takes you a little time. But if you just stayed taking sales calls and you're booking closing, you're hiring a sales team, like not only are your margins thinning because you have to put more overhead to the business and you're closing people that shouldn't be in your programs, let the challenge take the ease off you, because after you have it built, it's just about repeating it month after month. How do I repeat this event again and again and again and optimize and get better and enjoy the process, right? Because this is what happened with me. If I stayed on the trajectory of doing sales calls, I'd probably be out of business. I know I would be, but I love the 5-day challenge model. I love teaching to my clients. I love helping them optimize it and really, 1 week a month, if they do it on a monthly basis. We have people evergreen it, but I'm a true fan of the 5-day challenge. And also what a challenge has done for me is really replacing 7 funnels in my business. I used to have 7 funnels, right? I had my front end, I had my freebie front end, low ticket, mid ticket, 30-day program, 6-month program, 12-month program. And at the end of the day, I'm like, where do I want my clients? Who are getting the best results? The clients in my Full-Time Freedom Academy. So I said, what if I just talked about that one and got rid of all this stuff? And not to say that like there's no need for the value ladder. I think there is, but I think starting out, if you want to go a little faster and you have something that's already working well, this is why a challenge will replace your entire value ladder. This right here, right? It replaced my lead funnel, my low ticket offer funnel, my upsell funnel, my core offer, my high ticket of affiliate offer, and testimonial funnel. 7 funnels replaced by 1 challenge funnel. And I want to give you guys that template today if you don't have it already. Yes, it's a ClickFunnels. I have 1.0, I have Classic and 2.0. I'll show you guys how you can get that. Or you could use whatever tool you're using. There's all kinds of tools you could import to other builders, but why? Why would you do that? Simple scales, fancy fails. So let's make it simple, right? 1 lead magnet. This is 1 funnel, right? So it's your lead magnet. They opt in. Low ticket to your challenge if you're doing a paid challenge, or a hybrid, which is a free challenge with a VIP upsell ticket. So you're getting a low end, front end, you get a customer. You're not working with just freebies and tire kickers, freebie seekers, tire kickers. You can have upsell for VIP, which we do, and we make it more than worth the while for our challenge, our workshop that we run every month. And then throughout the challenge, we have different things we can make you an offer around, like our core offer, some affiliate resources and tools that we use, and Ascension. 1 funnel, no sales calls. And this has been working well, really, for a couple of years now for me, and we optimize it every month. And I want to invite you guys. I want to, if you're interested in just smashing your goals, excuse me, hear me out. If you guys, get back on camera here, are the people building a company that has you on sales calls more than you're not, I want to invite you to this model. Excuse me. I got all these new lights on me. It just got me like overheating, I feel like. If you guys saw my post yesterday, I'm like, who can help? Shout out to Mike Harvey, by the way, who got on Zoom with me yesterday, because if I were doing this on the board was so bright, you couldn't even see me in the background. So now I've got like all the, like, if you guys saw my office right now, it's like a sun in front of me. But anyway, truthfully, I want to help you guys do it the easy way, or just add more simplicity to your lives. Like, we're going to work with you next week, not just to talk about a 5-day challenge. Yes, that's the model, but ultimately it's how do you put on a presentation, a performance to get people to say yes to you without getting on the phone, without having to convince anybody anything. That's what I want to help show you this coming week, but also how to set some really awesome goals and aims and craft an offer or refine your existing offer around the values that you find to be what you actually want to build a company around. Right? A lot of our resistance is because we just don't want those things. We deep down, we don't realize it. So it's about crafting an offer around the core values that you have and really just helping you set that vision. We're going to talk about cost of inaction, core values. We're going to help you really put in the plan. And that's what we're going to do in less than 5 days next week. So I want to just take you guys through it's starting June 19th, right? This coming Monday. And if you've been through it in the past, It is a paid challenge, but I'm promising to make it completely worth your while. If you've been through it in the past, you've already bought a general ticket, reach out to me on Facebook. We have a special link for you to sign up again. And if you're already in that community, we'll talk more about that. So if you're watching this in the cold to client challenge, don't buy another general ticket. Reach out to Jeremy in my DMs, my brother Jeremy. We'll get you upgraded. Basically, just pay for a VIP ticket. We'll get you on Zoom. So you could bypass that front end ticket. If you haven't been to a challenge in the past of ours, our cold to client challenge specifically, we're going to throw in our workbook, the workbook I showed you earlier. It has the create your future exercise. It has the cost of inaction. We're going to talk about building out your live conversion event, your signature event to help you enroll more clients, more customers, whether it's done for you, maybe it's affiliate, if it's a low front end a continuity program, high ticket. I've seen this work for so many different models. We're going to literally build out your signature event in less than 5 days, starting on Monday, 1 hour a day. We're going to throw in that workbook. We also have our 6-figure challenge toolkit. This is the exact process that allowed me to start running it every single month, and how we made 6 figures in our challenge about 2 years ago, and what we did. How did we go from really like struggling, to be honest, with our challenge model in the beginning? I just knew it was going to pay off. I'm like, I'm going to keep optimizing, keep making it better. What were some of the changes we did? How do we increase our show up rates? How do we increase our engagement? How do we get people finishing the challenge and ultimately work with us beyond the 5 days? That's what we cover in the challenge toolkit. So even, I know we start Monday. If you sign up today, you could jump in here. It's about an hour, hour and a half long, broken up into smaller videos, so it's easy to consume and implement. And that's like kind of like your pre-work. It will really give you the foundation. And then next week, you will leave this workshop with your event completely ready to go. And if you're already doing challenges, I promise you, we run things a little bit different. You might have seen some of it behind the scenes, but if you haven't, that's what I want to show you next week. So if you join the workshop, it's myfulltimefreedom.com/C2C. My brother Jeremy just dropped it in the comments on Zoom. And also, if you're watching on social media, we are live in a bunch of places right now. Look around the video. There's a link somewhere here for you. And we're going to let you into the community right away. We have some things we want to see from you to really commit to the process. And even if you can't watch live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, you can watch the replays. We're going to keep the replays in there for 7 days after the live streams. And it'll be pretty fun because I changed all the content, by the way. So even if you've seen it in the past, I've really started doubling down on like what was the best, most moving content, what got the best results for our clients in that workshop. And I've got it down to about half of what it used to be. Because again, less is more, in my opinion, as long as you could still get the results with doing, without going through all the things. So all new content, teaching it in a different way. As you could see, this new board, I'm gonna have some fun doing some sessions with you guys. And here's what's really gonna happen. Number one, day number one, we're gonna avoid the mistake of client acquisition. I just wanna show you guys a simple framework of what I see myself doing years ago, the mistakes I made from acquiring clients, and just make sure that you're not doing them. If you are doing them, how we could correct that. So you could really build a better program or offer, or even just whatever you're promoting. You be an affiliate, network marketing. This has worked for all kinds of models, but I know if you're anything like me, I was attracting just the wrong audience with the wrong message. And I want to help you guys fix that. Day number two is shortening your sales cycles. When I first started my community, and when I launched my first course, our average sales cycle about 3.5 years ago was like 90 days, sometimes 6 months, sometimes years, where someone would find us and take literally a year or 2 years to say yes to us. And I want to show you how I can help you shorten your acquisition cycle down to days. And we're going to show you how to do that with identifying the root cause, which I'll give you a hint. Day 2 is all about your offer, right? So I want to help you really find an offer or refine your offer that's going to feel good, that you want to build a company around, that you feel aligned to, because things are going to fall into place when that's true. All right. Day number 3 is how to position your conversion event for maximum results. This is where we're going to help you come up with your topic, your tagline, your name of your event, the agendas, the tasks. I want to show you how to do some cool things to increase engagements and show ups, some gamification stuff we've done in the past. And then day number 4 is how to fill your challenge. One of the biggest things I hear about people that are hosting challenges or webinars or any online events is like, how do I get more people there? How do I get people to come every month or every week if you're doing it weekly? I'm going to show you some different ways, both organic, meaning free traffic, and paid strategies that worked really, really well for us. And I'm not really big on paid ads. We have one simple ad. I'm going to show you what that ad looks like. It has a 6x return on ad spend as we are currently running it since we started about 2 months ago. So we're going to show you how to fill your challenge with qualified leads. And then day number 5, we're going to show you some cold to client conversion hacks. I want to talk about really behind the scenes of what conversions mean to me and what it should look like, I believe, for everybody's business, right? It shouldn't be this, I don't know, just see some stuff that doesn't feel right. And I want to talk about what I believe has worked so effectively, not only for me, but my clients, and why it feels so great to surround ourselves around amazing people in our programs. And that's what we'll talk about on day 5 is really, okay, we've got this amazing signature event. How do I make this worthwhile by attracting the right people and getting them to take that next step? That's what we'll do on day 5. But anyway, we're going to do some cool stuff. If you guys have been through my challenges in the past, we've done all kinds of challenges, but I always like to have some kind of fun with it, right? I don't want to take this thing so seriously. We're going to have $10,000 worth of prizes and giveaways. We have some cool stuff we're going to be gifting, a VIP day, and it gets exciting. We're going to help you implement and hold you accountable. So I'm going to zoom in again so you guys see it. All right, so 5 days live training with myself, 1 hour a day starting on Monday. We're going to have $1 million challenge exercises, worksheets, templates, and tools. Plan and build your first or next conversion event. Get answers to all your questions. Every day I'm live in that group. And then when I'm not live, I'm in there answering questions, highlighting the things you're saying. You got my team in there. You got some of my clients that have done really well with their challenges. $10,000 worth of prizes and giveaways, gamified challenge setup checklist of SOPs, our 6-figure day framework masterclass. And then we're going to go through some additional bonuses, our conversion event system walkthrough, right? How I do it behind the scenes, everything you need to know, the sales CRM system walkthrough, how to automate your point tracking system. Normally we sell this for $297. And this will be, truthfully, I know I've said this a few times, I'm going to do this my last time doing it live, but I wanted to do this one last time for all of you. And for this time, we're going to do it $47 for a general ticket. And of course, if you'd like to upgrade to VIP, we have some really cool stuff for you. So what you need to do right now is go to myfulltimefreedom.com/C2C, claim your general ticket. On the next page, you have an option to join us for VIP. And when you do, I've got some additional things that we like to do for you. So again, $47 for the general. Next page will be the VIP for $97. And we'll get you into the Facebook group immediately so you get to meet all of your fellow challenge participants. But for those of you who do go up VIP, you don't have to. But when you go upgrade through the funnel, so first page is $47 for a ticket. You'll have the option on the next page to go straight to the group and bypass VIP, or you could upgrade to VIP for $97. And not only do you get additional coaching with me for an hour a day, but we're going to actually dive into your business. I'm going to look at the tasks you're completing, your workbook exercises, and give you real live feedback. But also, I want to throw in this book. Let me know who has this book yet. Who has the Inside the Inner Circle Secrets book? Any of you guys? I know I've mailed out several of these. Some of you guys, I keep mailing one a month. Some of you guys have 3 of these already. But these books sell for $226 on Amazon. So those of you who are smart that have been through this challenge before, you probably just keep signing up to get the book and you sell it on Amazon for a profit. Yeah, go for it. But I still have a bunch of these books left. They sell, if you look them up on Amazon, $226. And why that's still a steal of a deal? Because there's some amazing content in this book from Russell and some of his top people in Inner Circle. And I know my chapter, he has, when Russell asks you to write a chapter, like you have to give it your all. So the details in these chapters are like stories of how they made their first million, the exact process, how they made it into the Inner Circle, what they got out of it. And this is truly one of my favorite books, not just because I wrote a chapter, but some of the people in it are just some of the most amazing people I've ever met. And we're going to throw in a book for free. So I'm going to sign it, write a little thing in it for you, mail out a hard copy to your address. And this really is our last time doing it. It takes me a full day to write all the notes and go to the post office and do this thing. So if you haven't got this, don't go pay $226. Sign up to my challenge. We're going to gift you one as a VIP. We'll send it out to you. And on top of that, remember that funnel in the beginning of this training I showed you, the one funnel that replaced 7? I'm going to give you the newest version of our cold to client 5-day challenge template. And that's, again, classic. And we have a 2.0 version for ClickFunnels. One-click import, you could have it. It's been refined over 34 times. We have optimized this funnel. We have removed things. We've added things. And this isn't just a funnel where you're going to get a blank thing where I remove everything. I'm giving you an exact one, word for word, picture for picture, and I hope you know to remove, obviously, my stuff from it, make it your own. But I want to give you an exact example you could follow to use this 5-day challenge template to replace 7 in your own business. All right. So that's my commitment to the VIPs. There's a lot more I'm not naming that you get as a VIP. I think that the experience, I just go all in. If you upgrade a VIP, I respect and honor your decision to spend more time. I value your time, and it means the world to me. So I really try to over deliver to all of our VIPs in our challenge. So again, this will be the last day to sign up for the challenge to get these bonuses. And as soon as you sign up, we'll reach out. We'll get you in the Facebook group. You could start meeting the people, introducing themselves in there. There's some rock stars coming through this version. I'm really excited about that. So quick recap. I think I already showed you guys this, but $47 to sign up for a ticket, $97 for the VIP upgrade. It will be the page. People always ask, how do I get VIP? You get the $47 ticket, then you upgrade on the next page for the VIP. One click. It's a one-click thing. All right. So I'd love to ask you guys, what questions do you guys have for me? If you guys have any questions, if you're live on Zoom or you're live on social media, I'd love to know. Guys, how do we do on time? We went an hour. I said 35 minutes. I was wrong again. But let's see what we got here. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of that today. But I think it's just super important to reflect back on where did you start and what has worked, what hasn't worked. Do you have goals set? Do you have clarity on your values and your vision? And do you know what it's costing you by not going all in on that vision? Do you surround yourself around the things that you want more of? Right? Like, so when you look at your office space or the things you're spending money on or time on, those are the values you have. How do we build a business around that? How do we make it more simple? How do we get more out of this life that we want to contribute? And I believe it's really about the vision, the values, the cost of inaction, and really just designing the business the way you want it to be. Jeremy, if you'd like to as well, if you're live on Zoom still with us, you can come on camera and move this back. You guys could come on camera. And if you want to unmute and ask a question, I love that. We'll open this up to the gallery view real quick. Only if you guys all turn your cameras on, though. If we get enough people turning the cameras on, I'll let you guys come hang out on the live stream with us. Dano, take care, bro. All right, so if you want to unmute, you just ask a question, then we'll reach out. And we don't let everyone unmute themselves anymore because at one point it became a little hectic. But if you want to ask a question, I'll have Jeremy unmute. Yeah.
I have a question.
Elizabeth, what's up? You were on the first here. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. So, like, how big does your list have to be to run a challenge? Can it be a really small one? And be
yeah, you know, this is interesting because on the podcast I was on yesterday, I told them how many people were on my list, and they were like, "How? What?" Like, because the truth is, my active email list. I mean, some people think it's like, "Wow, that's a lot," but you guys, I've been doing this for 5 years, 4.5 years, probably 3 collecting email addresses. So, it's 5,000 people. 5,000 people. You know, I'm proud of that, but it should be like 50. I've had a lot of opt-ins, but I clean my list religiously. Like, if you don't open an email in 60 days, I remove people from my list. I don't want freebie seekers and people that aren't taking action. I want people that are opening and reading and responding and communicating, because those are people that put the things I teach into practice and get results. But anyway, keep it clean your list. You don't need a big list. If you look at what I do, finishing top 10 on Grant Cardone's leaderboard, there was like most of the people in the top 10 had millions of subscribers on their email list. But I would say this about your challenge. I've had clients of mine throw a 5-day challenge with less than like 20 people watching live and still have 5-figure days, and then it's like, now you have the audience there. So one particular that comes to mind is Cliff. I always love talking about Cliff because Cliff had 18 people on day 5 of his challenge, made amazing connections with them. 6 of them on that live joined his 5K program, and then 1 more came in the next day as the cart closed. So 7 sales, $35,000 in a day. And and the thing I love about Cliff is he kept going. Cliff is now doing 6-figure events. He runs his challenge every single month. And he's just going to be one of the clients that go to the moon. I'm super proud of him. But a lot of people get down and out on people not showing up. But I'll talk about this during our challenge. If you build out the event, like even if no one shows up, worst case scenario, no one shows up, you have it built. You built an asset for your business. And it's just, and if you do the things we teach on day 4, you won't have a problem people not showing up. But Elizabeth, I always ask myself when I do things like, who do we need to get in front of and what assets do we have? So like, do you have a Facebook group, friend following, email list yourself?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be in really good shape. And we'll talk about like how to choose between a free challenge, hybrid challenge, paid challenge. And I love paid challenges, but every time I do a new challenge, you guys will see this will be our last cold to client challenge. And I'll be working behind the scenes, working on a new challenge in the future. Not that I'm pivoting, I just want to do it in a different way. I'm really excited about that. And what I'm going to be focused on is doing it free the first time. So anytime I do a new type of challenge, I do it free because then you get feedback, you get testimonials and results and reviews. Maybe you guys have seen how I do it, but we get a lot of social proof from doing it for free. And then we leverage that social proof to go start charging for tickets, which is what I want to help all of you do as well. And if you already have done this, you already have challenges, I really want to introduce you to the gamification. Even if you think you might be doing some things right, we've been able to get our show ups, our engagement, our completions over 85%, which for me, when I first started, it was like 10% compared to 85, sometimes 90. Our upgrade rate to VIPs is typically 50 to 60. Our best month was 66% of VIPs upgraded, which was really cool. And I just want to help people optimize their metrics, and not even about just the sales and the numbers, but like get the right people in that room to work with you who like you love working with. Because if you're anything like me, I spend more time with my clients than some of my own family. So we want to protect our family and make sure that we're putting the right people in the right rooms with us in our programs. This will do it. It really will filter out those people. Speaking of family, my brother's actually here. Sean, what's up? I didn't even see you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. Great question. And I'm glad you asked it because a lot of people here are starting from scratch. My first challenge, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just went live for an hour in my Facebook group and just kind of wung it, but I had it built. So I just kept repeating it. Anybody else? Any questions we got here? Perfect. Okay, everybody. That's all I got. How'd you guys like the vibe board? Was that cool? Not cool? Should I return it? A waste of money?
Love the vibe board.
What's that, Sean?
Love the vibe board.
You like the vibe? I'll show you guys some more cool stuff. I'm still learning it, figuring it out. I don't know if I have it open, but there's like a drawing thing. I can show you it's my art scales, which are like stick figures, really. Play like a game of tic-tac-toe or hangman. How this thing works for me. But yeah, it's really neat. Exploring it a little bit more. And you guys, the reason why I'm doing this, people are like, why? Like, this looks tough. It looks expensive. I love slides. I want to learn. Yes. This is me hating on the value. No value ladder. I want to get away from just teaching from slides so I could actually like talk to the camera if I want to. over here, talk to you guys from here, and I could draw on the board. You guys can see me do it over here and this. I think it's just going to give you more flexibility with the way I want to teach and ultimately create more content from. If you guys do slide presentations, you'll notice it's hard to do short form content from that, right? So now I could clip myself right here from this camera and make some short form stuff, which I've really just struggled with in the past, to be quite transparent with you. I like to talk, you could tell. I like to present, you could tell. And I think this is going to solve a big bottleneck for us with content creation. So glad you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to see those of you who are joining our next Cold to Client Challenge. Super excited about this one. It's going to be all new content and really I just want to help you guys put together a signature event. And it's not about just doing a challenge. Here's what I'm noticing. People come through our challenges, they go and execute a challenge on their own. And it's not about like just doing the action. I think it's about really learning the performance of, and something I'm really committed to, and learning how to be a better communicator. I'm committed to that. I know I have a lot of work to do, but I think I've come a long way as well. And just want to show you like what it looks like to communicate for an hour a day in a way that helps people make a decision for themselves, and not just because you use some salesy tactics and things like that. And that's truly how I built one of the best. I love our coaching program. I love our coaches, our team, our clients. And it's because I think of the way that I've been able to show up during these events for the last 34 months that we've done them. And I want to show you that performance, not just about the magic trick, but teach you the performance to attract the right crowds. So you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in the 5-day Cold to Client Challenge community. Don't forget to go sign up today. If we want to send you out a book, we'll make sure we get that in the mail for you. So you have it for next week, as well as the funnel template.
I have one more question.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. So how soon can we have our own challenge up and running, a free one, after we do your challenge next week?
Yeah, so you will leave. I've seen people knock it out. I will be honest with you. We try to give you everything we can in the challenge. And of course, we have a program that helps you go further. That's more done with you, done for you. But I find the hardest part of the challenge is this: coming up with the topic, the name, the daily agendas, the tasks for your audience to complete. And I find that from there, it's like, now I got to do the slides, the funnel, the group. But the cool thing is, in this week, I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of one day, Wednesday, day 3. You're going to leave with your topic, your name, your tagline, all of your agendas fully built out. And what's cool is that becomes your funnel. That copy becomes your funnel. That copy becomes your emails. It becomes your promotional content. It becomes your slides. So really, can you do it an hour a day? You'll learn everything you need to know to do it an hour a day, but it's probably going to take you a little bit of more side time. I would say for me, I mean, I've seen someone do it in 3 days, one of our clients, but I don't think the guy slept. And I don't recommend doing that. But I would say give yourself minimum 2 weeks, right? You want to build it, get it done the right way. You could kind of build the plane as you're launching it, kind of thing, as people say. But you really want to go at least 7 to 14 days for a promotional period. I'll talk about day 4, how we promote our exact daily sequences and things like that. I see people that get excited, like, I'm launching it next week. I'm like, let's build it. Let's get everything in place. Let's promote it the right way, get the right people there, and set yourself up for success. So I'd say 2 weeks. I would definitely say under 30 days if you could really commit at least an hour a day.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Great question. Cool. All right, everybody. I'm going to turn on some AC, try to figure out what I got to do with these lights to cool off. If you're watching the replay, by the way, don't forget about us, #replay. Let us know if you have a number 1 question right now. Drop it in the comments on social, or drop your number 1 takeaway. I'd love to hear it. I'll be reading the comments. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And I'll see those of you joining the challenge inside of the Cold to Client Challenge community. Bye, everybody. Take care.